Welcome to the legal edition of the Liberty Inside series. I'm Luke Begley, and today I'm joined by Andrea Viegas, whose law firm is located here in Quinta del Lago. When purchasing a property here in Portugal, it's essential to seek out the advice of a local legal professional to ensure a smooth and legally sound transaction. Andrea, welcome, and thanks very much for taking time out of your day to join us.
You're very welcome. When the process comes to the lawyer's office, it means that purchase and sale has been agreed. There's normally a letter of intent with all the conditions of the transaction, or the most essential conditions of the transaction, price, timing, and we know who acts for both parties. So normally the file is really driven by the buyer's lawyer. The buyer's lawyer requests the relevant documentation from the other side, suggests a survey is carried out. When we have the survey and the legal documents, we do a search report. We go through all the most relevant documents. We explain what they mean. We give really the image of the property. So the buyer will know what is registered in the title, if there are encumbrances, if there are no encumbrances, who the owner is, the size of the property. And this search report, assuming everything is in order, immediately leads to the preparation of the promissory contract. So in Portugal, a property is only off the market when a promissory contract is signed. This is the binding document, the document where the deposit is paid, and it is actually paid. Rarely it is kept in escrow, so we do pay the deposit. After the promissory contract is agreed, it gets signed and the deposit is paid. Property is off the market. There are pre-completion steps. We check obviously all the utilities, all the contracts. We request quotes for a new insurance, for a new internet provider, whatever the clients require. And we prepare the deed. The deed is normally signed at a notary. Again, the buyer's lawyer tends to prepare a draft of the deed for the notary, sends all the documentation for the notary to examine the draft of the stamp duty and the transfer tax. And when we attend the deed, all these documents will be re-examined and validated by the notary. The deed can be signed by the buyers and the vendors themselves, or often it's just two lawyers and the notary in a room. If the clients attend, we organize translation, and some clients really like to be part of it and sign the purchase deed of their property. When we have the deed signed, very important step is to register that deed in the land registry department. We do that the day we complete the purchase. So to ensure, obviously, everything is done properly. We also update the tax certificate of the property to the name of the new owners, and we start the process of updating utilities and all the contracts. From beginning to end, I normally say when my clients pay the 10% deposit, I'm actually ready to complete, because I would not risk a 10% if there is any issue with the property. There may be reasons to obviously not complete straight away, organizing funds, obtain a loan approval. If there are some snags that repair fixing, we may need a little bit longer. So in a property that is completed, it is very reasonable to think that from agreeing a deal and completing a deal, 30 to 40 days is perfectly normal. If a property is under construction, that's a completely different process.
Thank you for joining us today, Andrea. It's been incredibly informative.
My pleasure.
Stay tuned for more interviews with local leading experts as part of our Liberty Inside series. Visit libertyrealestate.pt to explore more.